Okay, guys, there's a trendy news on Twitter. It's like CIA just got exposed hiding a cancer cure for 60 years. Let's just read this article. Let's just read this tweet. The ADC classified CIA document buried since Cold War only four stop recently proves the agency reviewed the Soviet research showing parasitic worms have exactly the cancer tumors at biological level. Even better, anti-parasitic drugs were destroying tumors in lab tests, but instead of shouting from rooftops and city millions, they declassified it that rot in their walls while Big Pharma ranked the trillions on poison chemo radiation treatments that keep patients sick for life. Why? Because it's a cheap, simple cure would crush the trillion-dollar cancer industry cash cow. This was never about health, it was population control, Rockefeller medicine, and keeping the sheep weak and broken and dependent. How many of your family members, friends, and loved ones suffer and died by elite slapped away at the bank? The document is public itself. It's not so crazy that these people had the cure for cancer. Not saying this affirmed or confirmed like that. A lot of conspiracy. Retards try to say that it is kind of like evidence for the fact they hide the evidence of cancer, but I've seen the other tweet. I just have met him one. Some dude was this is one. Society that keeps cure for medicines and for some medications for which profits not a civil society. It is a mental institution ruled over by psychopaths. Who is surprised? Maybe they have the cure for everything. Long time before. It's just confidential, but let's look. We can even zoom out of it. The tumor system reaches the respective reasons for similar condition in which they grow. It says long-standing addition regarding parasitic nature tumors. Isn't it crazy? Yeah, I always say that the pharmaceutical industry has always been a sham. I'm not denying every modern medicine doesn't work, but a lot of things about the main crux of the issue is what pharmaceuticals are entirely aimed at generating as much as profit as possible, and that is stuff is human nature. But and that's like a conspiracy that says ivermectin cures a lot of cancer. I said, who's the guy? Who's the director? Movie director he got on Joe Rogan. What's his name? Ivermectin. Joe Rogan. Wait.
And I feel that it was a dewormer because it was anti. And I feel this.
They had to do it. They had to discredit ivermectin because because there's a federal law. The federal law, the emergency use authorization statute, says that you cannot issue an emergency use authorization.
Ivermectin, there's a lot of respect to officials in the health industry. Always says ivermectin cures, but there's not a definite proof. And now this is a conspiracy standpoint, but a lot of people, I said it gave them the desired result and curing the cancer itself. So you should never dismiss the fact that ivermectin has some kind of profound effect on elimination of cancer itself.
Peter,
horse dewormers, not a flattering thing. Horse dewormers,
they're unfavorably framing it as veterinary medicine. What did the FDA put out?
it was a tweet. And it was snarky. admit it. They said you are not a horse, you are not a cow. Stop taking this stuff, or something like that.
Why would you say that when you're talking about a drug that's been given out to billions and billions of people? A drug that was responsible for one of the inventors of it making
Nobel Prize.
winning the Nobel Prize in 2015.
15, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
a drug that has been shown to stop viral replication in vitro. You know that. It's just a
I
lie.
don't think anyone is.
But don't you think that a lie like that is dangerous on a news network when you know that they know they're lying? Turns out I got COVID. So we immediately threw the kitchen sink at it. Ivermectin, Z-Pack.
One of those.
Yeah, it was like a famous, you know, it's kind of like a famous story that Joe Rogan cured his COVID just by using ivermectin and some other medicine, like,
drugs he mentioned.
and
ivermectin.
like everyone was coming, was trying to cancel Joe Rogan at the highest level, like that everyone was against him at that time.
Ivermectin is something more often used to deworm horses.
All right, hang on. See, the thing is, we're like going so fast. Like, I feel like I'm missing.
What's that guy? What's that actor's name? Like, and the actor, I mean the director's name. That bro, you know, the one who directed the Jesus movie. What's his name?
I'll tell you a good story.
Okay.
I have 3 friends. All 3 of them had stage 4 cancer. All 3 of them don't have cancer right now at all. And they had some serious stuff going on.
And what did they take?
Yep. They took some, what you've heard they've taken.
Ivermectin and
Fenbendazole.
fenbendazole. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
I'm hearing that a lot.
They
There's,
drank hydrochloride sempiter.
there's studies on that
There's-
now where people have proven that
People
they've
drinking methylene
yeah.
blue and stuff.
Yeah, methylene blue, which was a fabric dye.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a textile dye. You know, they find it has profound effects on your mitochondria.
Isn't it crazy? Like, there are a lot of attributes of chemicals that we don't actually know about.
Yeah.
This stuff works, man.
But there's a lot of stuff that does work, which is very strange because, again, it's profit. When you hear about things that are demonized and that turn out to be effective, you always wonder, well, what is going on? How is our medical institutions, how have they failed us so that things that do cure you are not promoted because they're not profitable? That they can't control it. They don't have a patent on it, whether it's vitamin D and K2 and magnesium, you know,
Well, yeah. I'm
zinc
doing
and
all that.
quercetin. I do all that stuff.
I got COVID from my gardener. And he had it first. And then I got it. And I was like, but I grabbed the hose. You know what? I don't know. But it was, I knew the guy for 20 years. And we both went to the same hospital.
COVID, aka common
died.
cold, can easily be cured by like ivermectin. You could just sit at home and do nothing. I got COVID, like I just sat at home and it went away. Like, it's just a fucking bullshit sense. It's just common cold,
I
bro.
think we both got remdesivir. Which is not good.
Not good.
Not good.
Causes kidney failure.
I know. I couldn't walk for 3 weeks after I had that stuff.
Really?
Because it kills you. I found that afterwards. It kills you. And that's why I wondered about Fauci.
Oh, you should wonder about that guy. When meanwhile, they were trying to stop people from getting monoclonal antibodies.
Yeah.
Yeah. They restricted monoclonal antibodies, which is
Bro, Fauci should be put behind bars.
fucking insane because they wanted to promote that vaccine because they wanted to profit off of it, which brings us back into evil. Evil's real. It's real. Putting money over human lives is evil. It's a real thing, and there's a temptation to do it too, which is even more crazy. This is what we were talking about before, that there is good and evil, and
Yeah.
sometimes it manifests itself in a very clear and obvious way. And I think that's what that was. That was evil. That was putting people's lives second and putting money first.
Oh, I don't know why Fauci's still out there.
How is that guy still walking around?
I don't get
If
it.
just people understand the history of the AIDS crisis and what that guy did back then.
Did you read that book?
Yeah,
Yeah, I read
yeah,
the book. I listened to it.
yeah. I did
I
too.
drove up to San Francisco and I listened to it and I had road rage.
Oh yeah.
And it was like, whoa. How is he still there?
How is first of all, people that don't believe it? How come RFK Jr. didn't get sued?
Yeah.
How come there's no lawsuits?
Mhm.
If there was lies, there would be lawsuits.
No, but that's
He would be publicly humiliated. Instead, they kept that book off bestseller lists. That book sold millions of copies.
I know.
They hid it. That's when you find out that bestseller lists are actually curated. It's not really bestseller.
Yeah, we're gonna do a video on Fauci,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
But that book is an accurate depiction of
it is a travesty
Anthony
they don't
Fauci
put him in bars,
during
bro.
the AIDS crisis, which
Yeah.
probably was an AZT crisis.
Yeah, and
more than
now
it was an AIDS crisis.
I mean, it's fairly incontrovertible now that he was
Right.
fooling the gain of function.
100%.
And it's what? Why is he still around?
Right.
Or at least free.
Right. Right. And no repercussions.
Yeah. Whatever happened to that story where the wombat and the weasel got together and they
Yeah.
were coursing around and the bat pissed on him with the
Pangolin.
golden shower.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it was in a wet market.
Yeah.
Very wet market. He got
Complete total horseshit. And
Totally.
the scientists that we're supposed to trust
Yeah,
were pitching that horseshit.
It was like the
and there's like a lot of evidence for ivermectin. But you know, the no mainstream medical, you know, institution has to pick up on this. Like, why? It's about time that someone did like a mainstream investigation on the effects of ivermectin on cancer, but they still don't. First in the world, the ivermectin andazole and fenbendazole protocol on cancer has been peer-reviewed and published on September 19. It has been peer-reviewed, but it hasn't been approved whatsoever. I hope this peer-reviewed paper lays the groundwork for a brand new future of cancer treatment. Have been helping thousands of cancer patients. Most likely, this peer-reviewed paper is gonna be shut down. Like, if this is like a cheap cure for cancer like ivermectin, the whole cancer industry would just shut down. You know how much chemotherapy actually costs us? And the whole time, like this, what if ivermectin can cure a cancer patient? It's wild if you think about it, bro. Like, yeah, this peer review paper is gonna get shut down, obviously.